everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky and I'm here today to share with you my to be read pile for January. So most of you will know, if you already follow this channel, I love to change my kids' books up for the seasons. I'm a big fan of picture books, nature books. They inspire me just as much as they inspire the children. But I also do the same thing for myself. This is my bedside table and every month I change up my books. And I do tend to go with a seasonal theme. Most of them are quite nature focused because I'm a garden writer, a gardener, forager, and you know, obviously I need to stay up to date for writing for my podcast and doing my Radio 2 slot on BBC. So there is a theme there with that. But yes, I love a combination of non-fiction, fiction, diaries, poetry, the lot. And actually I wish I'd done this video for December because I had some amazing reads on that. But now we're in January, I thought I would share what I've got. So first up is this beautiful anthology edited by Melissa Harrison, and this is the winter edition. I've read these anthologies before, put together by Melissa Harrison, and they are incredible. You get a combination of nature writing, nature diaries, beautiful poems, and they tend to go chronologically, so it starts sort of like November, December, January, and I presume February for this, and it is charming. This is something that I like to dip in and out of throughout the season of winter. Just a lovely book to have. I highly recommend this entire series. A new book, but I'm so excited about it. It's Dark Skies by Tiffany Frances Baker. Now this is a non-fiction book, but it's all about her quest to really learn about the nighttime. So on the back it says, for a year Tiffany travels through different nightscapes across the UK and beyond. She experiences 24-hour daylight while swimming in the Gulf of Finland, visits Norway to witness the Northern Lights, and speak to people who live in darkness for 3 months each year. So I thought this was going to be an absolutely amazing read. I haven't got into it yet, but I probably will start it tonight, and I think it's going to be really exciting and a fantastic read. So yeah, and a lovely one for winter as well, when we have so much more darkness in the day. So this book is actually part of my Patreon book club for January, and it's Wilding by Isabella Tree, and this is the return of nature to a British farm, and it's all about the regenerative farming and how they've applied that to their farm. Now this one has won so many prizes. It's got the Wainwright Golden Beer Book Prize, and it was just so highly recommended in the last year I think it's been out. And it was one of those books that kept popping up, and I knew I should read it because we're a regenerative farm here in Northern Ireland, and my husband's very much involved in the Nature Friendly Farming Network and that kind of thing. So I felt like this is one that I should definitely be reading. So I've listened to a bit of this on Audible, but I'm excited to actually read it. I find a lot of books that are non-fiction far easier to read in person than they are to listen to on Audible. For Audible, I love like non-fiction light books, but for something like this, I definitely know I will want to make notes as I go. So this is why I've got a hard copy, and I have the Audible as well. So yes, and also such a beautiful cover. I love this. It's gorgeous. Now this is a fiction book, and it is so good. I've read this last year, probably the year before as well, and I'm reading it again now, and it's The Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey. Gorgeous cover, and this is kind of like a sort of folk fairy tale. So it's about a couple who live in a forest, and they come by this little girl. It's all very mysterious, and they're also mourning the loss of a child that they had that died. So really touching, but a very beautiful, haunting fairy tale. Highly recommend it. I don't like anything spooky. It's not particularly spooky, it's just very evocative and sort of enchanting. So highly recommend this if you haven't read it, and very nice for a winter read. Okay, on to a gardening book. As I mentioned before, I do a bit of garden writing for BBC, so it's quite important that I'm up to date with gardening trends, and I'm always looking at new ways to garden, and I'm particularly fascinated with the concept of wild gardens. And this book is a fairly new release. It's by the Butterfly Brothers, and it's called Wild Your Garden. Sorry, I can hear my toddler talking next door. He's having a great time reading his books. So it's got a great amount of contents in it actually. It's really, really good. It's got everything from doing a native hedgerow, coppice belt, wild fence, talking about ponds. Even if you've got a really small garden, it gives you ideas for doing ponds, nectar borders, wildflower meadows, and things like bug hotels and all that kind of thing too. It has actually got quite a lot of photographs in it, which I do appreciate. And yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this. I've got a few ideas from it, and I think it's really instructional and in-depth, and would definitely be a good companion to anyone who enjoys gardening and is interested in wildlife. Okay guys, this is a bit of a weird one, but I am a complete Harry Potter fiend. I love Harry Potter. I grew up on Harry Potter, and yeah, I'm obsessed. So I did get this for Christmas. It's the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone illustrated by Minalima. And I just thought this looked really good fun, so I asked for a copy. I'll stand up and show you properly. So in it, there are all these incredible like fold outs. And it's just amazing, and this is just a bit of like tissue paper, but just so beautiful, and there's all sorts of amazing things. It just makes reading the book so exciting. So there we go, there's one there, and even just every single page is illustrated. It's so incredible. So yeah, such a beautiful book, and I can't get enough Harry Potter, so I'm quite happy to dip into this and read a couple of chapters each night and get my Harry Potter fix. As you can see, I also have books in this section too. I have just like my little notebook for taking notes, and then I have this book. This is quite new to me as well. It's Keeping a Nature Journal by Clare Walker-Leslie, and I received this a couple of days ago, and I've already read most of it. I'm really interested in doing a nature journal properly this year, so I'm going to try doing that this year, and I wanted a bit of inspiration, so I got this book, and it just gives you an idea of how to nature journal and some of the ideas of projects and things like that that you can do throughout the year. And she is a artist based in America and is one of the sort of leading nature journal people in that part of the world, so I thought that this would be a good place to start to get some inspiration and ideas. So I'm really excited to start doing a nature journal starting from this year, and see how I go with it. Okay, the other book in here is the Ivington Diaries by Monty Don. I was actually given this by my grandmother-in-law, and it just goes through the year and follows along on Monty's garden. So I am looking forward to reading this throughout the year as well. I'm a big fan of Monty Don, and yeah, I know I'm gonna love this, and it's a lovely big hefty book as well, so it'd make a great gift. The last couple of books I have in here are just a baby book that I like to fill out for my children, and then a Neil's Yard catalogue, so nothing very, very exciting. But yeah, that's it. That's what's on my bedside table. That's my to be read pile for January. If you're interested, I can leave a review for those books, so let me know if you want to see that. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I don't usually film this kind of thing on this channel, but if you enjoyed it, I can definitely do one for February too. But yeah, I'm gonna go now and see what Rupert's up to and start doing some work on my own book, because I have lots of edits to do to get in for the first deadline. So I better go off and do that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye!